What's up? Wait, I should hold it like this. There you go. My bad. I get kind of used to the fact that like Instagram kind of wants you record more vertically, but YouTube's more kind of like horizontal type of platform. But it's Calvin again. Honestly, I wasn't really sure how I want to do this shit. I like schedule wise, if I'm just gonna like upload this shit randomly. I kind of come to the conclusion that I'm just gonna upload this how I want to. It kind of serves as like my own video diary I could look into. Like if I'm ever like, you ever think about those things where it's like you get kind of older, and like you have to thought it's like when you're older, like how am I gonna remember like these time periods of my life? And I thought, hey shit, dude, there's things like YouTube around. But so far what's up with me is I've just got off of work and shit. I work at like a kind of an odd hour type of job, in the sense I could come in whenever I want. Just like as long as the vans are home, then it's kind of free reign from there. Without further ado though, as tradition, let's start up a J. Occupation wise, I'm a van cleaner. It's I sorry. The weed just like marinated my mouth for a second. The smoke out of my fucking eye, bruh. Dude, that shit would always piss me off when I started smoking cigarettes. Like, dude, whenever the smoke got out of my eye and we were trying to be badass, hold it in your mouth and shit. Especially when you're playing guitar, dude, that shit gets in your fucking eye. The way I found around it, I would cover my eye and shit. It's like playing guitar looks kind of badass, but it's kind of annoying to have to close your eye, especially if you're just trying to smoke with it in your mouth. But to digress, yeah, I'm a van cleaner. I just clean vans for just like dog grooming companies sometimes. I would go along on grooming missions with the groomers to help them out. Love the job. Doesn't pay crazy amounts, kind of pays kind of like a little low, but I work 3 hours 4-5 days out of the week. I get to come in whenever I want. My boss is actually a homie of mine, so honestly, it's one of those type of environments where I'm left alone and just able to do my work, which is what I love. Because one of the fucked up things about coming into adult life that I've seen for myself is that like no longer could you ever just fuck around in the class, in a sense like how school basically replaces work replaces your school. Work replaces the time that would be allotted for school. That's kind of how what school is to kind of prepare us for. That's what I always assumed. You're there for 8 or 6 hours, 7 hours of school. Then at a job, normal ones, you're kind of like typical ones. You're at like there for 8 hours, working full time. Honestly, the weed hit where I forgot what the point of what I was talking about was. School work. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, like there's no, like you can't fuck around anymore. So for me, some people I noticed they became kind of slackers. For me, it's just like, fuck it, dude. As long as you let me I do slack, don't get me wrong, but I've kind of grown out of that lately. I've been working, I've worked on it really hard. I try keeping myself as busy and as focused on my work as possible. Since about last year, but as long as I'm able to just to do what I'm meant to do in peace and just just vibe and just chill, I'm chilling, because that's the main thing why I fucked around with doing nothing in class. Was because I was able to do what I wanted to do, but in peace. I mean, of course the teacher would give me shit for it, but eventually they just give up and it's like, oh, they go on to teaching the rest of the class. But and that's kind of what this job is. This is like I clean the vans. I'm in charge of doing it on time. I try getting it done within 3 hours. Sometimes it's 3.5 hours. Some days when it's like a deep clean, it's 4 hours. But no, aside from that, it's a pretty fine job. It's way different from my previous job. My previous job is I was a full-on dog groomer. I think I got over this in the last video where I was like, I probably did talk about my occupation beforehand, but if not, I was a dog groomer. That shit's fucking brutal. You work like 8 to 10 hours, you know, just taking in a fuck ton of dogs, different kinds of behaviors. You know, some of them like it, some of them don't like it. Um, I love the career, and it's definitely a passion of mine. Hopefully, I could get back into it. Like, I have some ties figured out, like in the upcoming months of me just studying haircuts, and maybe I'll upload like my study in progress with it on YouTube, because I really wanted, because so far I just been uploading like shit posting my music here and shit, just because like just for my personal self gratification, because I have like YouTube music, and it's kind of cool just putting my music in a shuffle with like a bunch of other music, because well, I get to see what kind of music it blends in with, and I like this. Anyone who makes music likes listening to their own music. Like, I know there's some people that kind of say they don't, but even the people that they don't, I think they do kind of listen to it on the past and they're like, damn, like, I made that. That's fucking badass. It's not just to like kind of on a recreation. Of course, every musician listens to their own music to kind of critique what they could do better, but on recreational, I mean. I did my taxes today too. Dude, that shit. I gotta like hold this like some type of like better way. Man, you're gonna see these videos, like these first ones just be so fucking ass, but okay, I'll get better. I'll figure out ways. Maybe it's kind of cool and an aesthetic that it's like, oh, just like this. Damn. It's just like a little wall. Actually, when I'm riding my bike home and not taking the bus, I use that as a shortcut. That hole is sacred ground. I love that hole so much. On my it's just like the hole I travel on, and it's so obscure. It's like, I remember Google Maps was telling me to like pull up to this job for the first time. I was like on a bike. I've worked for this guy before, but this is the first time I started like getting to riding a bike. Fun fact: I only recently learned how to ride a bike like last summer, and this is my bike. I don't know if it's well the camera. Well, kind of. Well, that's my bike. And then I was like, dude, why is this like fucking like Google Maps telling me to go into the freeway? And then my dumbass was like, oh, it's because there's like a passenger underneath it, but pretty gnarly. Anyone who rides bikes too will know like how much of a drastic change just missing a right or driving a car too, missing a right turn just makes. Walking, I never really noticed because for a long time I was just a foot soldier. I would just walk around everywhere or bus it. For a hot minute, I Ubered everywhere. I used to be like, I was hella irresponsible with my money, bro. But but when you're walking, you could just turn to the next neighborhood, or you could just simply just walk back. But sometimes when you're biking it, you might like not have might not take a right. You might not take a right. You can whenever you're biking or driving, you may take a right where you can't like come back from. So you have to take the next available right, and then it's just like, oh shit, I'm on this whole different trail, this whole different juncture at this point. If I was gonna hit like point A at like 90 degrees from point B, well, now because I took like this fucking like I missed this one right, I'm hitting point A at like fucking like 180 degrees or something, or like something more in between there. It's just kind of like weird. But just that one right that you take down that tunnel, plus it's just straight up in a trajectory just to get home, which normally I'd be kind of like, I have to go with a different trajectory. If I'm like walking, I have to go kind of a different way. Well, actually I don't. I could probably just walk down the path I just like bike down, but I just walk, maybe I just been yeah, why didn't I just like why didn't I just walk there, like walk down there, like to get home, like if I have to. Dude, that shit was like, man, I've always like hated it, dude. Like I've rarely had to walk home from work, because biking into my job is 5.5 miles. Like it's 5.5 downhill, 5.5 uphill. Then I don't know if this is just that paper, but I guess I could just crap off with this for now. I look for the joint, but yeah. So 5.5. I don't even know how much that is. I'm like, well, I guess it's the same thing. You're walking 5.5 miles. Just walking. That takes a while. Like I walk like that's like walking like. I always bust it. The only reason why I like to walk is because I missed the bus because the bus cuts off at 12, like 45. And sometimes I pull up to work just at 10 or some shit, and I wouldn't finish like on time. It was honestly a lot of unnecessary stress. Like my life was pretty confusing, and that's why I was kind of pulling up to work late. It's just one of those things where like life just feels like packed down with a bunch of shit. But oh no, now I'm like focused on getting to work on a more reasonable time. I try getting to work at like between 7 and 9, just so like at the latest I'm finished at like 12. Anyways, taxes, bro. Fuck taxes. That shit. Needlessly complicated. I don't know why they make it so complicated. Like it's so like randomly complicated just to do taxes, bro. Like I was struggling earlier, dude. I was fucking raging, like having like a full on like gamer rage just over like how complicated the website was. Because for one, it didn't let me sign into the fucking like my own identity, bro. And two, like what's the other one? Two, I had to mail that shit, and mailing it was kind of like, hopefully I did it right, bro. But like my OCD ass is like kind of like paranoid, like oh fuck, what if I did put the right documents in the right envelope? And like I was about to not do that, dude, but then I checked, and then like I switched it, so the 6 page, it's like in the right order, so I know it's all chilling and shit. Fuck. I'm just nervous of getting a tax refund, dude. Like, so hopefully I get it all right, because honestly, it's gonna be something that's gonna be definitely give me like a stable footing in life, like some more like time, because I've been struggling, just with like poor indecision and shit. But I've been getting better with it, and like I think having like with the potential I would have from like a tax refund, I think like when we all get that kind of money, we just need to like use it wisely, because like fuck it, I'm so stupid sometimes, bro. Like I spend like money on the dumbest shit, and I think that's kind of something we all do, but like we got to be kind of careful with that, because America kind of thrives on like the moment you're in debt. That's kind of what America's banking on, like to like kind of leech off of like, or like create debt, so like it just generates, I don't know how to really explain it, but like once you're in debt, it's kind of like you're in an alligator's pit. But that's why it's so much harder to get out of debt than it is to it's so much harder to get out of debt than it is to stay out of debt. Well, maybe that's different for other people's lives, but like I feel like generally speaking though, like it's a lot less stressful. Just for one, it's a lot less stressful just staying. Well, no, that's also wrong too. Well, I personally, I just say staying out of debt is like less stressful than like being in debt, because it's just like, oh shit, I need that money now. Just staying out of debt, it's like, oh fuck, at least I could stand over the water and shit. But yeah, fuck. Now we're talking about debt and taxes, but yeah, I'm hopeful for the future. A lot of changes have happened in my life recently, and I'm about to like go into this whole like independence, and it's kind of scary, but I guess this what also these videos are too, is kind of like a way for me to kind of like cope with like these changes in my life lately, and maybe when I'm older, because like I don't know if these will blow up or not. I kind of hope they don't. Like maybe it'd be cool having like a few hundred people, or maybe 500 people watching this shit, because it's like 500 people just like hearing me, like watching me talk and shit. But yeah, it's just like, I could look back on it and just see where I come from, and hopefully I could like make something with myself. Especially, I feel like I'm in a position to do so, and I think we're all in a position to do so, as long as we just truly have faith in ourselves and believe in ourselves. Just like just have faith in ourselves. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video right now, because like it's I gotta dip to the bus anyways, so I'll see you guys later.